Alright, time for another video here. In the last video, we were doing the ctime library, dealing with date and time. And when I was doing this video and stuff, I was a little lost and confused on things here, um, which is very normal. When you end up discovering something new that, and I've seen this before, but I just don't remember it. And but yeah, when you discover something new, you're going to be lost at it all the time. Anytime you find something new, you're going to be lost or not understand things. It's completely normal uh, until you've gone through it a few times to remember what's what. I think that's with anything new house, car, etc. There's some stuff you may or may not know about it that is new, that you might be confused about or lost on, how it operates, how it works, so forth, so on. Anyways, let's get back into this date and time thing here and see if we can't get through this entire thing and maybe even do a summary of it. So, if this is the first time you've joined me for a video, we got W3 Schools on the right, which is the website, and we got VS Code on the left with some code that I wrote from one of the examples on W3 School. This is my way of learning, and we're going to kind of review what we went through before and then finish up this section here. So date and time, this is actually a library. We have not really discussed what a library is, but just kind of a summary from what I understand a library is. Library is basically a program that's written um, with a collection of data to do something. Um, it is possible to make your own libraries. There are hundreds of libraries out there for C++. I've got two of them on the screen here. One of them is IO streams, which allows us to input and output data, or yeah, pretty much. The IO streams is what allows this right here. Not so much the standard part, but the character out, which is what this right here stands for, which puts this into the terminal. Now, when you collect data from a user, that's CN, which is character input, which you're collecting data from a user or whatnot. All that is possible because of this library right here. We're adding a new library, which we've added other libraries before, but we're adding a new library here, and we're pretty much covering that topic in this video and the previous video. But it's a ctime library, which allows us to get date and time. Anything from the year, the month, the month day, which in this case will be the 17th, uh, the hour, the minute, the second, and including daylight savings time. Now, I'm not sure what TM stands for. In this case, it may be, I have no idea what it stands for. And what I was confused on was how this kind of works with itself. For example, why do you need this set up this way right here? Why not just put whatever the current year is? And it may be because, and this is just assumption because I don't understand and I don't know, kind of lost with it, which is fine. The important part is I'm discovering it. So I guess if I want the current year in this, I've got to put the current year minus 1900 or whatever year I want in there. So that way when the compiler sees this and does a calculation of a number, and that number represents what the current year is. It doesn't actually see 2026. It will not actually output 2026 unless I actually specifically use something like that in the output, I'm assuming. Same thing with the month. The day is completely different, but it kind of goes over all that stuff in this right here. So in this program right here, we pretty much was putting together something to determine what day of the week it was, I think, but I'm not sure. Let's move on to because the last example we had was this right here. I know I said I wasn't going to go any further with this library because I wasn't ready to do libraries yet, but it's part of this right here, so we're going to go ahead and do it, even though I don't know if they have all libraries in here because there is a standard of the libraries. I think there's 17 total standards, anything from input and output, and yes, you can write all this, right? All a library is pretty much somebody else wrote a program, and you're adding that program to your own program that you're building. So yes, you can build your own libraries, add them in. It's done all the time. There are so many different things involved with C++. It's like trying to memorize all the words in the dictionary or everything in the encyclopedia or whatnot. I mean, yes, is it possible and stuff for some people, but other people may take quite a bit longer. So this last section right here dealt with local time and GM time, their functions. I don't know what the GMT time is. Local time, I'm assuming, is whatever my time is for me, or if you are in a different part of the earth and stuff, it would be your local time. And how it's going to be presented in the code just depends on how well you understand the ctime library and if you can get it to write out that properly. They had an example right here to get a date time structure and output the current hour. Um, so if we wanted to do that right there, I'm going to go ahead and clear a lot of this out. I know I had this in here before when I was trying to memorize it. So I'm going to clear all this out as well because we won't need most of this for this part right here. And I'm going to leave that right there, comment in there. So if you want to get the current hour, that's what this right here example is showing. So we're going to put in time underscore t timestamp as our variable name. Um, and I know it's got a suggested comment in there and stuff, but I don't know what that is exactly. I'm not going to go with it. For right now, I'm working on this example and what we're doing in W3 school. I can't really explain exactly what I'm typing in here, what it means, because I really don't know. I'm just kind of going off the example right now. Hopefully, eventually, I'll figure out when I maybe get to some of the other stuff. So, struct tm date time is okay. Nope, I keep typing the wrong one. Local time. So yeah, I really can't explain everything that I'm typing just because I don't know what it is. But seeing it and stuff over and over again, finding other sources that kind of help explain it, sort of thing. Let me get the rest of this put in here real quick. Okay. Now we've discussed this right here before, the asterisks, um, and the positioning of it. Most of the time we see it after a specific thing. So when it's before, I don't know if it's still indicating that this is a pointer or not pointing at this particular location, which would be this variable right here, which would also then be the time of whatever's in that current location. So you got a variable here, you got a type here, you got some sort of value right here, which seems to be time referencing a timestamp. And then you got a structure with the type tm, it looks like a variable named date time, a pointer pointing at the location of this right here, which again, this is this. So that's the best I can do as far as explaining this. I don't even know what this is going to print up. It says it's going to print up the current hour, probably my current hour, which would be either 3:30 p.m., probably say 3 p.m. or 1500. Yeah, 15. Now, why it doesn't have 1500, I don't know. But it has the current hour is 15. Probably because it's actually not 1500. It's the 15th hour. That's probably what it's getting at. So, anyways, moving on. This is where we left off before. Display dates. So far, we've been able to use ctime. Uh, Actually, you know what? There's one more thing here. So we didn't get into the GM time, but this is the local time. So yes, I'm assuming we could have a pointer here for local time, pointing at this reference right here. So this is it's basically I'm guessing it's a keyword or something like that that is trying to say, hey, whatever's in this right here, we just want the hour. Again, it's still just a guess. So anyways, so far we have used the ctime function to display the date contained in a timestamp. To display dates from a date time structure, we can use the ASCTime function. So to display dates from a date time structure, we use it. So yeah, I'm gonna have to really go over this, either this or find other sources stuff to help explain this in a different way so I can understand it better. But example, display the date represented by date time structure. So we've got another example right here. Sorry. It looks like just about everything is the same. We're going to change this right here to null. And again, we have not gone over null yet. Uh, Not 100% clear on that. Looks like everything else is going to be the same. Yeah. But in this case, we are going to clear out the output of what this is right here and change it to the ASCTime in parentheses with a reference of this variable's location. I believe this is dereferencing, but I'm not sure. Dereferencing this location, but I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and save that. This should pretty much give us display the date. So this would not be displaying the time, it would be displaying the date, I assume. Okay, so that gave me the current time it is for me locally here, but instead of putting a 3 p.m., it's got the military time 1534 in 6 seconds. Moving on. Note that ASCTime function does not correct individual dates. For example, if you set the day of the month to 32, it will display 32, the MK time function. Yeah, the MK time function can correct these kinds of errors. Okay, and we got an example, correct a date before displaying it. So we got another example here. So let's get this written in here. It looks like it's all going to be inside this, so let's clear out. Now we're going to keep this exactly the way it is, but we're going to clear out this right here. We are going to keep that in place. Well, no, not all of it. We're going to get rid of all this. There we go. And that's where it pretty much starts. But there is a comment, so let's go ahead and add the comment. So we got create the date time structure and see MK time to correct mistakes. So then we got that right there. I'm gonna have to read that again so I can understand it better. Date time. I know when I read things the first time, I don't actually even understand fully what I'm reading at the time. It happens a lot for me. Let's go ahead and get all this put in here real quick. It's pretty much the same as what I've written before. There's a comment here, number of years since, yeah. Comment here, number of years since, like I said, I don't think the compiler sees the actual current year. I think you have to actually have the math formula in there, or the equation or expression, whatever you want to say in there. And the number that's displayed, it knows that that is so many years after 1900. So then it'll display, it'll do this, the math for it right there. It's to understand this better and stuff, you'd have to look at actually what's in this library to understand what this is currently doing. And I've never looked inside this library, and I don't plan to because I don't want to make any mistakes in there and stuff. I'd rather stay the way it is, because if you change something, because this is actually a file on your computer. So if you change something in this library, you just changed a file that's on your computer, and this library will no longer work the way it's intended to work. Unless you know how to make those corrections and fix it properly, you just messed up your time library that's currently stored as a file in your computer. Um, anyways, moving on, date time. I think I'm gonna make this a little easier myself. I'm gonna go and put an hour there. And the reason I'm doing this is because I'm just gonna copy this. Let's see, how many times do we need it? 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 7 times total. Okay, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and they're not gonna be hours. So we're gonna change this one to mon. And set it to 0. There's a comment here. 0 is January. And then down, change this to, it's going to be mday. And this is going to be set to 32. No comment on that one. Next one down is the actual hour. And this one's going to be set to 0. And then we're going to delete some a little bit because we have the hour, the minute, and the second all on one line, which is understandable. That's probably common. So the minute, and that is, these are all going to be 0. So 0, and we're going to delete again, and change this to second, and 0, save. And then the last one here, actually, not end, delete. Okay, and go back. This one right here is going to be is daylight savings time. Set this to negative, negative 1. And then the MK. Yep, I don't have this spelled right. And the MK time. UT. This is also why so much stress and stuff that I'm not teaching this stuff, because I don't know enough about it yet to be teaching it. I'm just sharing my journey of learning it myself. So let's go ahead and save that. So we do have a mistake in here apparently. So what this is intended to do with this line of code, it is correcting this right here apparently. So as the note said, the ASC, this right here, function, does not correct invalid dates. For example, if you set the day of the month to 32, which we got it set right here, it will display 32. The mk time function, which is this one right here, can correct these kinds of errors. So at the top here, created date time structure, and see mk time, and use, not C. I don't know where I got C from. Use mk time to correct the mistake. So this is the mistake. This is going to correct that mistake. I'm not sure what it's going to output, but go ahead and save it, run it, and see what we get. Okay. So we have the year 2022, which is correct. We have the month, which is February. Not sure why it reads. Okay. The reason it reads February, I'm going to assume this is because since there is only 31 days in January, and this is reading 32, it's making a correction of, even though we have it set to January, well, there's only 31 days in January, so let's go ahead and make it the 31 days and put that 31 into here, make that January, and make this the 1st of February. So, since this is 32, we're going to take the 31 off of it, leave it as 1, which is where you get your day from. I'm guessing the 31 is going to be used up for January, so we're going to change this because of 31 into 1, which I assume is how we're getting paid. So this right here is correcting that mistake, since there's something right here. Now, if you put for the hours, I'm guessing you probably do the same thing. If I switch this over right here to 32 hours and then save it, I'm going to guess that instead of getting February 1st, we're going to probably get February 2nd with a certain amount of hours in there. Let's run this and see what we get. Yeah, February 2nd with 8 hours. So it's because of this right here, it's able to make those corrections. So there's something I kind of just picked up on and figured out and kind of learned. So yeah, you can set whatever thing you want in there and stuff, and it'll automatically make the corrections. Okay, that's cool. Moving on, the ctime and the ASC time, what's the difference? We've seen the ASC time. Let's see. To display dates from date time structures, you can use the ASC time. So without this right here, this would not actually display a date. Probably, let's see what it would display without the AS on there. Save it, run it, and we got a huge error. Let's get rid of the reference right there. Now it's showing that right there. So there's, yeah, all kinds of issues right there. Uh, Now we had an example on here before, AS, that did this the other way, but I don't remember what it is. It's actually just right up here to where it displayed a certain day of the week. So, anyways, gotta go yawn again. Oh my gosh. I only do that when for some reason, I only yawn when I'm making these videos, and I have no idea why. I assume it's because I'm talking so much, but see, I play games with friends and stuff, and I'm talking to them all the time, and I don't ever yawn. So I have no idea what's going on there. It is what it is, I guess. All right. Anyways, moving on. The ctime and the ASCTime functions allow us to display date, but they do not allow us to choose how it is displayed. To choose how to display, say, to choose how a date is displayed, we can use the shift time function. We got another example right here. This example represents the current date in different ways. I do slightly remember this one too. So, and the farther I go through this, the more of it I remember because I remember doing this part. So we got another example here. We're going to get rid of everything but, yeah, we're going to get rid of everything. And just start typing this back in here. So we're going to type something in here and stuff, and it's going to display the date in different ways. Now, we don't have a reference or a guide or anything like that to tell us what any of this is, but maybe we'll explore it a little bit once I get this typed in here. So time T timestamp is time null declared. Oops, I said it and didn't even type it. Struct tm date time is dereferenced. I'm guessing that's what that means. Dereferenced local time of the reference location timestamp declared, and then char. So type of output will be 50. I'm not sure. Oh, we're creating a char, not string, char array. That's what this is. Char, uh, an array of char, yeah. So we're creating an array with a type char. The array name is going to be output. Apparently it's going to have 50 possible values in it. Now we don't have any elements in it, so it literally has open room to create whatever elements it needs to in this. So let's see what happens here. strf time, which I'm going to guess that represents straight time? No. What's this supposed to, yeah, I wish I kind of knew what that word actually was. See my other source, and actually, this right there, I think it actually tells me what this, like the C out, the COUT. I think this kind of tells me what that is, if I'm not mistaken, but I know my other source kind of gives you description, so this right here actually means this. Straight for time. I thought it was shift time when I first seen it, but I guess it's not. So anyways, output 50, and that's not actually printing anything to the terminal. We are just creating, looks like another type. I'm not sure. Anyways, we got a string right here, percentage, capital B, space, percentage, E, comma, percentage, actually a space percentage, yeah, capital Y. And at the end of that, there is a comma again with this. So I am very much unfamiliar with all this code right here. Like I said, I've done it before, but I have not found any other sources or used any other sources to decipher what I'm currently typing into the program here. Every day it's always something with that, right? Okay, strf time, parentheses, output again, comma, 50 again, double quotes, percentage I, colon, percentage M, capital M, colon, percentage S, capital S, space, percentage P, comma. That's why that's not right. This right here is supposed to be a, yep. I'm kind of taking a guess as to what some of this stuff means, but I'll take a guess here in a minute as soon as I get this typed into here. Date time, again, declare, and then output, output, with a new line after. IMSP, yep, okay, so now we're on to the next line, which is output, again, comma, 50, comma, double quotes, percentage, little m, slash, percentage D, slash, percentage Y. And I'm starting to get a concept of what this is going to end up turning out to be, since I am typing it in here. Declared, um, output, output, new line. There's no comma there. And let's go ahead and create a space between there. And then the last one's okay, output. I got something running through my mind trying to understand what I'm typing here and stuff, and some things are starting to click. Other things are not. A space percentage B space percentage E space percentage H percentage M percentage S space percentage Y, comma, reference, date time, and standard output, output, new line. Okay, I think we got everything in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. I think I got everything in here and stuff. Now I'm gonna go here, go and try and decipher what some of this code is. Like I said, we got an array here, and I'm guessing we're outputting an array. We got 50 in there just to say that the array is full of 50. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to say that output has 50 in it. I'm guessing 50 possible options in it, and this is the array right here. So whatever is in here is the current array. And just in case, I mean, I'm guessing they're using 50 just to say that we have no idea on how long this is going to be, so we're just declaring 50 because we know it'll all fit. But if you know exactly how many characters are in there and stuff, then you can say this one's this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, whatnot. You can probably shrink that down. Anyways, so this is a structure. I was trying to remember in the structure on up here what this actually indicates right here, but I cannot remember what it indicates. But we got the array, 50 possible elements. Here's the string. The quotes won't be involved in that, but there's plenty of room in 50 and stuff for those to still be in there. If I had to get, and this is referencing whatever's in the date time location. But if I had to guess, this would be, since we are doing different ways to display dates, this first one would be, nope, 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 nope. I'm not gonna be able to figure it out. I'm guessing the Y is year, but I'm not sure. And the second one, hour, minute, second, possibly, or day. I'm not sure. Yep. Let's just go ahead and print it out, and we'll be able to relate it that way. So save it, run it. Okay. So in the first one, it is month. So percentage B represents month. Percentage lowercase e represents day. Percentage uppercase Y represents year. So instead of, if we just had BEY, then it would just pretty much output BEY. But you have to have the percentage in front of it and stuff so it knows that this string, this combination here, 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 actually indicates this, I'm guessing. Again, I don't have the information on what's in the C++ library to really demonstrate this. I've got to stop yawning. Maybe eventually I'll get past the whole yawning thing. I don't know. This one right here, on the second one, we have an hour, we have a minute, we have a second, and we have PM. So I'm guessing the I is hour, the M, the percentage M, uppercase M is the minute. Percentage S is the second, and percentage P would represent PM. So I'm guessing if it was AM, it would be percentage A, but I'm not sure. The last one down here we have, which we don't have a new line. Yeah, we don't have a new line because I didn't put it in there properly. There we go. Clear that out and rerun that. So it's in there correctly. Okay, so the third one down is simply the minutes, month, day, and year. So the 16th, yeah, the 6th month, 16th day of that month, and then the 26th year. And then the last one's kind of a long one, so it looks like the day of the week, the month. I gotta stop doing that. Holy crap. Anyways, you see that. This video is already running to 36 minutes long, and I cannot stop yawning for some reason. So, we will. That's I kind of see how this is working and stuff. I'm gonna have to continue doing this over and over and stuff in order to get this memorized. Obviously, I'm gonna have to do something about my yawn, and I'll go down to measuring time and stuff, and I'll call it for this video right here. So let's see. The strf time function formats a date and writes it in a C style string into a char array. It has 4 parameters. So these are the 4 parameters. So those are parameters. The first parameter points to the array char, or the char array where the formatted date will be written. The second parameter specifies the space available in the array. So this is specifying the array we're using. This is specifying the space in the array. The third parameter, this one right here, is specifying allows us to choose how the date is formatted using format specifiers. So I'm going to guess that the percentage is the format specifier. And then the letter indicates what that specifier is. Just kind of guessing. The last parameter is a pointer to the datetime structure, which contains the date we want to display. So the following table has useful format specifiers. Can't believe how many times I yawn. And it's only when I'm making videos. It's like, really? Oh, yeah. I don't ever see anybody else yawning. I don't know why I'm yawning all the time on here. It's not even a full yawn. Uh, I'm not tired. I did get done cutting grass today, cleaned up, whatnot, but I'm not tired. It's the middle of the day. I've gotten at least another 8 hours to go and stuff before it's even time to go to sleep, and I woke up 8 hours ago. So, anyways, so this right here kind of gives us all these characters right here as far as what's in here, and what they represent. I'm sure there's probably more than that, but yeah. So the percentage A, which we have right here, uh, short representation of the day of the week, which, I mean, we kind of figured that out by the outputs and everything. I don't see anything in there that we have not already gone through, so I think that'll be it for this video, because like I said, it's already running into 40 minutes long, and when we come back, we'll pick up on measuring time, hopefully with less yawning in it. I don't know why I'm yawning so much. I'm sorry about that. If you liked the video, click the like button. If you have any comments, questions, or anything I said that was incorrect and stuff you want to correct me on it, that's fine. You put it in the comments there. But I think that'll be it for this video. When we come back, we'll do measuring time. It looks like that'll be pretty much the last section, and we'll have this section covered. Obviously, I will probably come back to this right here again, but it'll be videos away. Many, many videos away. Either to refresh myself on it or to relearn it if I can't find another source and try to understand it better. So, Um, but yeah, I'll catch you in the next video and thank you.